Hello and welcome to TA for Traders. It's Friday the 6th of October. I'm Nigel Croft. In this short video we're going to look at the charts on the Brent Crude oil price, which on TradingView has the code UKOIL. What we'll see is that last week the upward move on the Brent price took it above the upper boundary of the trading range on the weekly. That was positive. However, it didn't close above that upper boundary, which was bad. We have now pulled back to the moving averages on the daily. Will they give the push that's needed to break that boundary and to close above it? Let's look at those charts. Okay, so here we are on the weekly on Brent, and you can see that last week we broke above. This is the upper boundary that I'm talking about. These levels of resistance that were from December through to February before the oil price slipped down. And we did break above last week, but we closed back below the upper boundary. And also the doji, there's a hammer formation on the doji, which was a negative sign last week as well. Be aware of that. Otherwise, you can now see that the moving averages are moving up. The 20 will cross the 50 in another couple of weeks. Maybe that will give the push. Also, momentum is strong on this weekly, with the RSI in a solid uptrend and presently at 63.21. And the MACD have just moved above zero and are again indicative of good upside momentum, with the short term above the long term. On the daily, so now each candle represents one day, you can see that we got overextended away from the moving averages. I think I did a video on the WTI around this time, and I was pointing this out. So it's very positive that we have pulled back, and it's also positive that you can see that in the last 3 days the 20-day moving average has given the support that's needed. On these moving averages, you can see that the 20 has crossed the 200 and the 50's crossed the 200, all in bullish formation. So these could give the push up that's necessary to break the trend. On the RSI, it is in a slight downtrend at the moment, although it's picking up. It is still above 50, so is indicative of upside momentum. It's at 60.49, but the MACD are tracking downwards, although the short term actually is moving back up, but they're just kind of neutral at the moment. On the 4-hour chart, so here each candle represents 4 hours. You can see that we have maybe created a flag that's been broken. You can see that the downtrend line was broken. We've also gone back above the 50 average on this 4-hour chart, which is positive, and we've got the 20 moving back up. If the 50 can turn around, which will happen over the next few days trading, and the 20 crosses it and they're both moving upwards, again that could be a positive sign. And then there is good momentum on this 4-hour chart with an uptrend and the RSI at 62.8, and the MACD, the short term, has just gone above zero, above the longer term, and so that's indicative of positive momentum as well. You can see resistance lines at 58.42 and then 59.41. Looking at the support and resistance levels, there's resistance 58.35. I would say that represents the level that you should be watching. A close above there is the positive signal. That was from the week of 2nd of Jan. 59.47, that's the high of last week. And then the supports are at the 20-day 56.23 and support 2 at 56.14. 4. So that's been TA for traders, having a look at the Brent crude oil price. The key takeaways from this video should be that we're at the top of this weekly trading range, but we need to break. Will the rise in 20 and 50 week give the lift if they cross in an upward direction, which should be in a week or two? The recent consolidation has been positive as we were overstretched from the moving averages, and you need to wait for a confirmation of that break. Many thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it of interest. If you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, do click that subscription button. You then get email updates when I come out with new videos. I don't just cover commodity markets, I also cover foreign currency, equity indices, and also I do videos on single stocks in the UK and the US. Please remember or be aware that these videos are for information only, and they're my opinion and they're not an investment recommendation. And to that end, please do read the disclaimer. Thank you.